Now with the latest headlines where you are. It's the news.
Good evening, you're watching ITV News Central. Specialist search teams have spent today looking for a man believed to have fallen into the River Leam. The man was seen falling from the York Road footbridge yesterday evening at around 9:30. Police and the fire service were today joined by dogs and water rescue experts. Police are asking people in Worcestershire to look out for two 16-year-olds missing from Yorkshire. Tammy Smith and Mitchell Kemp were last seen on the 4th of November. It's believed that Mitchell left home to meet Tammy. They both have connections to the area. A report from a price comparison website says that 1 in 5 elderly people don't heat their homes because of anxiety about bills. It says a third admit to rationing their heating and encourages the elderly to hunt for the best deal or try energy-saving techniques. Edwina Jones from Coventry is chairwoman of the local Older People's Club and says lots of friends are concerned about energy costs. She's had solar panels installed, which she hopes will help her cut down bills.
If you're 70, then you need to be more relaxed and be able to sit back and enjoy your life, not worry about bills and worry about the situation of sitting in the house with your coat on.
And now it's time to take a look at what's been happening in the football and rugby this weekend.
ITV Central Sports Report, sponsored by WeWantAnyCar.com, the Cash for Cars website.
And there's only a handful of games this weekend to tell you about. The standout result for our team saw Port Vale secure their third league win on the bounce with victory at home to Rochdale. Coventry lost at home to Notts County. The Sky Blues have won just one league match in their last 10. There were no goals between Walsall and Peterborough. But in League 2, Shrewsbury put 2 past Mansfield to secure a 6th straight win. However, Cheltenham had an afternoon they'd rather forget, losing 5-1 at Stevenage. On to rugby, and there was a dramatic end to Leicester Tigers' clash with Saracens today. The Tigers looked to have lost at home for a second time in 3 games when Charlie Hodgson kicked the visitors ahead 5 minutes from the end. But the Tigers were awarded a penalty late on, and with the very final kick of the game, Owen Williams, who'd already converted 6 penalties, held his nerve again to make it a lucky 7 and ensure a draw. And finally, a Midlands wedding has taken place that was so big it would have made any other bride blush. Jane Blakeway wanted everyone she knew to be involved in the ceremony, so she gave them all a role to play. Andy Bevan explains.
Every bride-to-be goes through it. Which of your female family and friends to choose as your bridesmaids? Jane Blakeway came up with the perfect solution. Ask them all. And yesterday afternoon, a potential record-breaking 44 of them gathered at her home in Blackheath. The oldest, Jane's sister, at 71. The youngest, her great-great-niece, aged just 6. And, not wanting to be left out, the Page boys numbered enough for a football team plus 1.
It's the first time round for Jane. She hasn't had no children, she's never been married, and she wants it to be big. She don't do anything by halves.
The wedding cars awaited, but they weren't needed to get them to the church on time. Jane and groom Sean Lawrence lived just across the road from St Paul's, so the bridal procession looked left, looked right, and looked forward to a matrimonial milestone.
44 bridesmaids. That's a bit of a personal best for me, but it's a very happy occasion, and we're delighted to accommodate Jane and Sean.
According to a popular wedding website, just over a quarter of brides have only 2 bridesmaids, almost 10% have more than 5, but just under 5% have none at all. Jane's total of 44 might have notched up a new British record, but she's way short of the world record set last year by a Sri Lankan couple with a staggering 126. A lucky escape then for today's groom.
All I've done is organise the cars to be picked up when they come out, and I said whatever you want you can have.
And that, as most wives would agree, sounds like a recipe for a long and happy marriage. Andy Bevan, ITV News.
And now it's time for a look at the weather forecast. Here's James Wright.
Wishing you a warm winter. Gas Central Heating from Northern Gas Heating sponsors the ITV local weather.
Good evening. We've got rain on the way overnight, but once that clears, hopefully tomorrow will be a reasonably bright day, and Tuesday too. After that though, a little bit of rain around, and the reason for that is high pressure across Russia and Ukraine is actually ridging all the way back across the UK. So that's giving us some settled weather, not necessarily sunny. It's also keeping the Atlantic systems out in the Atlantic, although it will eventually win out through the middle part of the week. Back to tonight, like I say, rain on the way. One or two heavy bursts in there, particularly on the eastern upslopes of the Peak District. Elsewhere should just be moderate. As far as temperatures go, well, that cloud and the rain keeping it relatively mild, 7 or 8 the low, 1 or 2 places slipping to 6. Then tomorrow morning we've got what's left of that system, just 1 or 2 outbreaks, generally grey and a bit dreary to start the day, but as we get into the afternoon things should dry out and brighten up. Won't be wall-to-wall sunshine, and there may be 1 or 2 showers mixed in too. Temperature-wise, we're looking at 10 or 11 Celsius, and then like I say, it looks as though Tuesday will be generally settled. In fact, much of the week fairly settled, just a lot of clouds around, temperatures about right for the time of year, and frost-free by night.
Gas Central Heating from Northern Gas Heating sponsors the ITV local weather.
And that's it from us. We're back during Good Morning Britain tomorrow at 6:30. Bye for now.